Here I am at Upstate Islamic Center of Greer, South Carolina, and I'd like to speak for a moment on radical Islam, what it really is. Radical, not in the sense that people use hate speech for, but in the sense that it's different than your typical society, even Muslim majority societies, Islamic society is, that it's willing to make the change. It's actually, Islam is a faith that supports nature and restores nature, restores the balance of the air and the land and the water of our diets, that doesn't go towards any extremes, that radical in the sense that it allows for different psychological types, that it doesn't call for us to accept contradictions and other errors as facts, that while it invites us towards an emotional response and teaches us how to have an emotional response, that emotional response isn't something to be bad for our bodies or anything like that. A radicalism that basically condemns almost every war that ever happened, either because people are going after civilian populations instead of just fighting government and militaries, or because they're committing the violations of wars of conversion or wars of conquest of slaves, resources, and land. Islam is a radical faith in terms of that. It's radical in the faith that there is no church, as that statement, more explained in video 789, that you can tell that the house of worship is for God. And it's not because of any particular style. Some elements would cue you in that this was a masajid, but that's not, it can be as simple as lines and some rocks arranged around. I've seen pictures and videos of places like that was the house of worship. So there's, and in another sense, Islam is radical because half the religion is marriage and family life. It's not, yes, everything can be dedicated to God. It's radical in the sense that being a believer isn't just something you say or think, that you have to actually do stuff or you can't even be considered of that status. But there's many other ways that Islam is better or strives to make society better, but by convincing instead of trying to force everything about its way. Even when it rules, it's not, most of its way is not enforced by the government. So contrary to what you might actually think, someone watching this video, those things are not supported. No fanaticism, no extremism, nothing. And that's what makes Islam radical, and well, there's more. Oh yeah, where did that come from anyways? Back in the early 90s, radical was a good thing.